Now, we all know that Britney Spears is embroiled in a bitter battle with her family. They've said they're terrified of her well-being after claiming she's addicted to crystal meth. But in a damning statement, the pop icon has accused her own kids of making up stories after they urged her to get help. She went on to accuse her family of going behind her back. Now, before saying she won't sit back while people make up lies about her, this is a continuing story. The question is this just another family feud, or does Britney need saving? Journalist and Britney author Daphne Barak joins me now to unpack what can only be described as a dysfunctional family drama. Daphne, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Really appreciate you joining us.
Always a pleasure, Jeremy. Yeah.
My first question is, you spoke to Kevin Federline, her ex-husband, the man who brings up the boys majoritively. You've also had some contact with Britney. You said that Kevin Federline, her ex, told you that he feared that she was addicted to crystal meth. What I don't get, Daphne, bless you, is that he's then come out and said that's not the case. Is he lying? What's the truth? Because over here, I mean, we don't know what to think, if I'm honest.
Well, as you know, Jeremy, and as everybody knows, we have been filming a documentary with the Spears and about Britney, with everybody exclusive interviews. Kevin and Preston and Sean and his wife Victoria have been filmed for almost around 12 days. We have been documenting them for every week for 9 months. So he was trying to come across. It wasn't about Kevin. I mean, we talked to Jamie Spears, we talked to Lynne Spears, we talked to Brian Spears. I mean, it's a feuded family. Nobody is a very different dynamic. Everybody blames each other. The Spears, actually, Jamie is very genuinely concerned about Britney. So is Lynne, so is Brian. Kevin, there's a lot of feud. He's the one who came and shocked me and Bill Ganasty, saying that immediately in the first lunch that we had, that the boys decided not to see their mother. I did insist to talk to the boys on camera. Jaden gave an interview. Preston was there. They confirmed it. But I was, and naturally, is it not much lost love? Because why would he go and shame his ex-wife and the mother of the kids? So he has been portraying himself as very concerned about her drug problem, as he says. He said that actually his divorce came after he caught her intoxicated on high. It's all documented. And he claimed that she was trying to breastfeed the babies right after. And of course, it's a hearsay because there's no proof that she really breastfed the babies afterwards. But then there was a messy divorce. And he also claimed that the kids, Preston and Jaden, so in one of their visits, somebody very close to Britney, he named the person, the editors of The Sun on Sunday and the editor of the Mail on Sunday, and myself decided not to use this name because it's a hearsay. Again, it's Kevin. That they caught this person bringing drugs to Britney. I mean, we did talk to the boys when Kevin and Victoria was there. Victoria reminded them that they told her so, and they did confirm it. So the drugs problem is not the crystal meth is one of his claim, of course, got the headline, but he has been quite persistent about how concerned he is. We have him taped all over that he said, I don't want to get a phone call one morning and the boys find out that their mothers had overdosed. But his relationship with Britney, he has not talked to her for years. She claimed, rightly so, Britney is not crazy. Some of what she says, we found out, we witnessed is true. She has been funding his very lavish lifestyle. $40,000 a month is, Jeremy, it's tax-free. It's more than the salary of the President of the United States, right? He also admitted, what people don't know, that at one point he was getting an additional fee and expenses to travel with the kids after her when she was touring. So she has been paying a lot of money. And Jeremy, the family is also concerned because she doesn't have this income anymore. She doesn't have the residency of Vegas anymore since 2019. That's when he went and asked to increase the payment for a monthly payment for 50,000. They agree for 40,000. So basically, she doesn't have the steady income. She's paying 40,000. And
can I jump in, because I think over this side of the pond, Daphne, and it's fascinating. And thank you, as I say. you'll hear both sides of the argument. It's about the welfare of this girl. It's about the welfare of the kids. He said, she said, whatever. The thing that's always fascinated me, and that's probably the wrong word, so forgive me, is that we all know that the infamous Free Britney movement. She won that legal case ending her father's conservatorship, and he had control over her personal life and her financial affairs. And some of what was said was appalling, and everybody said, are you ready? Afterwards, there were a few bizarre things that you'd see online, things said, pictures taken. And there was a part of me who would think, was this the right situation? Is she in a better place? And of course, you then come back to the money. All these people, Kevin Federline, the family, the boys, are all benefiting, it seems, financially from a woman, excuse the pun, who they take pot shots at rather than privately try and help. What do you think about Britney? Is her life out of control? Is she in a better place? What would you say, Daphne?
After we went with the article in the Sun on Sunday and Mail on Sunday yesterday, we were approached by a couple of very close people to her, and they said that they witnessed that she got drugs in Mexico so recently. So they want to come forward. But I'm really concerned about Britney, as I was concerned about Michael Jackson when Liz Murdoch and I did this special, Amy Winehouse, and thanks God differently, Liza Minnelli. Addictions is a very a big challenge to overcome. As for yes, she has been paying for everybody. I did feel that Jamie, Lynne and Brian, as much as they are feuded, are all concerned about her genuinely, and concerned about their financial and about wellness, and they would like to really reconnect. The boys are amazing. Preston and Jaden somehow, with all this drama, became very talented, bright young people. Preston is going to be 18. Jaden is going to be 17. You see photos of me here hosting their last birthday. So thanks God, the boys are somehow okay. But of course, they've been, as they told me, through terrible trauma. They love their mom. She loved them too. She broke my heart when she told me, I am their mother after all. I should get respect. Absolutely, Britney, you are their mother. And she's been deprived because what bothered Bill and I is to sit there, and the boys decided not to see her, but we somehow felt that their father and his stepwife, and which made very vicious allegations against Britney, which, as I said in ITV before, we decided not to air or publish. Sitting there and hearing that about their mother, and it's and in a way, when Preston told us that he talked to her and he decided, and he had a good conversation with her, and but when she asked to see him, he said he's not ready. We felt that what Kevin said to me, I'm so proud of him. What's there to be proud of? I mean, it's his mother. Why wouldn't he see her? I mean, I totally respect the boys, they're amazing human beings, but you know, there are so many divorces. I mean, you know, everywhere there are divorces, and parents somehow co-parent, and it's part of our society today.
I would say, jumping in, a bit of personal experience of that. I think, you know, nobody can imagine how this girl from a small town in America became the biggest phenomenon. Nobody can ever explain, Daphne, can they? Fame, money, privilege, expectation. And it would be easy to sit here and say, oh, they're all taking advantage. It would be easy to sit here and say they're out to protect her. I'd like to know about the fiancé. I would only say this, as a parent, it's hard sometimes, and I guess you get respect from your kids. If teenage kids know, see or hear their mother taking drugs, if teenage kids hear or see their father slagging their mother off, it doesn't bode well for them. But actually what's really interesting is that you say that they're quite balanced. For me, it's about a girl who achieves so much and seems to be in a position where everybody wants a piece and everybody makes a judgment. What about the fiancé, Sam? Is he a control? Is he not a control? Is he a stabilising influence? Anything on him?
Well, I have not seen him, and I don't have opinion about people I did not talk or seen him, but he's young, and I'm sure he fell in love with her, and she's in love with him. It's, yeah, he didn't maybe understand how much he's taking on. I do know that he did try to reach the boys and give them gifts from her for the holidays, and Kevin just keeps the same sentence. I don't want him to have any contact with my boys because he's almost their age. Well, didn't Demi Moore marry the Ashton Kutcher, who was like almost the age of her daughters, and he became their best friend?
Let's
It
not get
happens,
onto a
right?
debate about if you marry somebody younger. Daphne, can I talk about the book later this year, right? A lot has been said about this book from Britney Spears and how it's had to be watered down legally. What do you know on that?
Well, what I know is basically that they have been. First of all, I really want her to get this book out. I think it will give her a closure, and I think it will be a fascinating story. Although we have been hearing from her on Instagram every day, I mean, we know her story, or some of it. However, with books, and Bill and I have done 9 books, as you have the lawyers and you have fact checking and the famous names. I mean, even Britney's family has issues with her. She says, they say, and everybody is lawyered up. So Simon and Schuster definitely has to send it to look at the check checking. As you know, Donald Trump has not land the book deal, and he's a friend of mine, but he has not land the book deal, and probably the only president who is not. And he has 70 million people who would buy it like that because no publisher was willing to get into the fact checking on his alternative truths against other alternative truths. So it's a problem for a book, right?
Daphne, I mean this, fascinating. Every time we talk to you, Ghislaine Maxwell, we're talking Britney Spears, long may it continue. I thank you so much, and I think that the end point of this is there's right and wrong on both sides. We're talking about her welfare. We're talking about a girl who came from nothing and achieved so much. We're talking about her boys, and we're talking about her family. But thank you so much indeed to Daphne Barak.